Warning. This game's setting revolves around an active Middle East combat zone and contains references to extreme violence, graphic content, and other mature themes. Listener discretion is advised.
The Rancor's Brothel presents.
Want some whiskey in your water, sugar in your tea? What's all these crazy questions they're asking me? The craziest body that could ever be. Don't turn on the lights 'cause I don't wanna see. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way to have fun, son.
Iconoclasts, a campaign of horrors modern and ancient.
Open up the window, let some air into this room. I think I'm almost choking from the smell of stale perfume and the cigarette you're smoking. That scared me half to death. Open up the window, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come.
I want to be good at this someday. You would think a decade of practice would make us good at it, but
It's closer to 12 years now, isn't it?
I don't need the reminder of how long it's been.
Maybe you should call this podcast The Dry Run.
I'm going to be good someday.
It's literally, isn't it 12 years like in a week?
It was February when we started, yeah.
It can't be 12 years. Has it been 12 years?
I can tell you in just a moment.
What year is it? 2025? Fuck, it's probably been really goddamn close to 12 years.
I'm going to have to scroll for a while because we've got well over 1,000 episodes. Yeah, I'm currently looking at the pilot that was 11 years ago. So I'm guessing that it'll become 12 years. Yep. February 19th, 20.
Oh, the pilot. That's not
12 years.
That's,
for, 12
that's what
years,
Matt was doing.
Yeah, 12 years for
Yeah.
the entirety of the podcast.
Yeah. No, we got a couple of years before we get to this shit.
Yeah, not that many.
When did I buy the house? Karen was born 2017. Probably shouldn't throw things out like that on the internet. 2015? We started doing this 10 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
I think it's 2015, 2014.
Yeah, we're...
Because December was when we released the Monophobias, and I think it's February when we started Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Yes.
But December and February of what year, I don't know.
For the record, our first episode of Dungeons & Dragons released on February 24th, 2015. So we have been doing this for 10 years, and we're still not good at it.
Yep, February 2015.
The Rancor's Brothel presents. Can AI edit the show for us?
Probably.
Work on that, please. It is May 24th. Major updates for the audience who just listened last week. For us, obviously. In terms of Lucas, it's been a while, guys. I'm sure the audience loves hearing that every 3 or 4 episodes.
With how we've been recording this, it's every 2.
Yeah. Al, I don't know. I'll be interested to see how the edit goes. But you might be right. Jeff may cut out a lot of bullshit. Jeff may fall asleep at the wheel and not cut out a lot of bullshit, too.
I usually don't fall asleep when I'm editing.
I'm getting old. I totally fall asleep.
I definitely have drank way too much while editing and gone back and gone, holy shit, I included that?
I tend to be like, oh, they're going to hate that I'm leaving this in.
So 3 days ago, major things that occurred. Al Rabini was looking into Tamir because we knew Tamir survived the original attack. You know that he is man, I'm going to say that tonight, and I apologize because it's very different things. Hamas has been in the news, and I keep wanting to say Israeli. It's not Israeli. It's Iraqi. It's in Iraqi custody nearby to the Air Force Base. You found that out in the last couple days. You've gone through official channels to try and get a hold of him for the team that is still...
This was the one-armed man?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The one-armed demolitions expert.
There's a Lynch connection there. Yeah, correct. Also, 2 days ago, you folks set up cameras at Nineveh across from where the team saw trucks going in and out. Yesterday, the major note that I have is that Captain Dan has now etched an elder sign on a stone, which is a fun new development. That leads us to the May 24th, which is today. So we will start there. Jeff had a thing he wanted to bring up. Schroeder has already tisked as if he wants to say something. So please begin.
I couldn't remember if we did actually get any information from what's her name.
Hastings?
Yeah.
We got something about like the mythology. And I cannot remember what it was, and I left my notes at home. I apologize.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if you shared and then there was going to be something that you guys were doing inside, or if you guys had stopped and decided
We need something useful.
There was something shared. There is also stuff that we were going to do separate, and we still haven't done it.
Jeff had to have a car blow up, and so he didn't come over that weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hastings would be feeding you guys information, piecemeal. I believe that you guys had researched something. I'll look through the book and try and remember what it was. But I think it was something about the cult, the name, its influences, something about that was given. If it comes up again in conversation, I will freely give it. I don't remember what Jeff's notes exactly were. I don't think it's anything that you haven't been given before. It wasn't
it wasn't anything.
It wasn't a light bulb moment.
It wasn't a great revelation or anything. Okay, my question. We looked through medical records for the survivors of specific attacks and the family names, and we found those people. Did we ever go back to the night of the attack when Al-Jabiri attacked Nineveh and look for combat survivors?
No.
We should do that.
That's a good idea.
You have looked at relatively little involving that night.
Okay, that is something that I would like to go and do.
I second. That's a great idea.
What's your end game there? What are you thinking that might happen?
If there was some kind of a survivor, we could at least find out who was involved in the attack.
I like that.
I'm going out on a limb here. Are you thinking that maybe like they were converted?
I don't know. That's the thing. We haven't gotten a straight answer on what actually happened that night. If we could start digging into people who may have been there, that would probably be the easiest way to find those people.
You do know the sense that Al-Jabiri ordered some folks out and brought some folks in, and you do know independently confirmed there was a firefight in or around Nineveh.
Right.
I mean, we've been talking for a couple sessions now about trying to get the lowdown on Al-Jabiri. He's got to have enemies in Mosul.
True.
You've also looked towards the Mosul battalions and have had no connections there yet, but that's an obvious enemy. If you're talking about inside ISIL, probably. I don't know how you make those connections, but yeah, probably.
But I mean, the attack on Nineveh that night, anybody who was brought out as a casualty, I would assume is not a part of the cult.
If there were any casualties.
Exactly, yes.
Which there should have been. You got a good point.
Yeah, now that you know presuming that Al-Jabiri attacked the father of war, which I think is sort of the concept that you're doing, or that there was some conflict between the two. Is that where you're going?
There's something, yes.
Okay.
We just don't have anything concrete to figure out what it was.
Correct, but you do know that the father of war sort of, it's flaying, it's lacerations, it's blood.
Do we still have access? I can't remember how we set up when we went in, because obviously we got the info on Timur later than when we were at the hospital. What kind of, do we still have access to any information? What kind of information did we get out of that? Like, is that something that Al-Rabini can just start filtering through information?
I don't think we established an uplink to the medical records. I think we just looked at it.
We went in there under the...
You think we did?
I think you did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm good with that.
You want to argue against it, but I do seem to remember Daniel being like, I can plug something in, and
he's like, we could take files, or we could just...
I obviously don't remember, and it's not a surprise to me. So
yeah.
Like, it sounds like something I would say. No, I don't think accessing that now that you've been in that location is too hard. I think you could have done something like that. I'm not super concerned about that. I would say that probably involves somebody like Rabini or somebody back on base searching it, because you guys didn't take a whole lot of tech into the field. Mary has some stuff, I think, but I guess it depends on how you guys want to investigate it.
I assume that Rabini is sitting at the base just waiting.
Yeah.
Because he's not currently in communications with anybody. So
correct.
He could be looking into that information.
Let me know if that's what you want to look into, or if you guys want to discuss and talk about something else. But I do think that is a great question that you have not raised as I sit here independently thinking about things you've investigated.
I like Jeff's lead, and I like the truck. I think we should focus on those two things.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That's fine if that's what you guys want to focus on today. Spencer, Schroeder, any other input?
Do we have any footage to review of Nazareth at all yet.
Yeah, no, you guys would have footage of Nineveh. Like you've got an
Say
uplink.
Nazareth.
Yeah.
Keep bringing it
Well,
back
I mean,
to Israel.
Nineveh was actually the home of, oh God, remember my Sunday school here, Jonah.
Jonah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're in biblical times.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't it the Assyrian capital?
Nineveh has been. It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons why Glancy wrote this. I know I've read on the podcast his intro before, but the fact that something that is so Glancy's a historian, and like historians feel history, I feel like in a way that like folks don't always, and like his intro, which is not long, is so palpable and hits me as a history minor and a lover of history, of like the fact that they wantonly, arrogantly, and just a lack of care for something that came before them to just bulldoze that shit is literally the impetus of this entire campaign.
Yeah.
And so like to me, yeah, it's been a source of history and culture in that area for thousands of years, and just to bulldoze that down because you want to grab your dick and play like you're important is just
Pretty gross.
it's disgusting, and it makes me viscerally.
Also, if you take a piss over there, you're pissing on history. So
Yeah, no, to be fair, there is a lot of history in that area, but it's like, man, Nineveh is just such a. You're right, Nineveh.
It was
Jerusalem.
the last capital of the Assyrian Empire as well.
And like that's the thing, it was a capital before the Assyrian. Like it was important before the Assyrian Empire. It's fascinating to me. Yeah, it clearly makes Glancy, and listening to interviews about him about Iconoclasts, it makes him physically ill. And even though I'm not big on that history, it does make me physically ill because you're right. It connects to biblical times. It connects to like. Regardless of your belief in the ecclesiastical aspects of the Bible, like there's historical applications there as well. I don't know if there was a Jonah, but there was a Nineveh, and we know that it was there.
Yeah.
And a couple of like sadistic dipshits who didn't know their way around an AK decided to hop in a bulldozer and knock it down. Like it's just fucking unbelievable. So anyway, sorry, where were we at? It just frustrates me. It unbelievably frustrates me.
Yeah, I was just asking if we have any footage to review yet or anything interesting to.
What? I seem to remember we established like almost like a shift clock.
Correct. I think I said at one point that there were 3 shifts. I think I also said that there were 2. Ultimately, I don't think it narratively matters. It probably makes more sense for there to be 3 shifts, right? 3 8-hour shifts. It could be 2 12-hour shifts, but you are seeing regular truck go in, truck come out. Now, what that means, your cameras don't really tell you.
Right.
Because they're covered trucks.
So I had a thought about that. I don't know if I mentioned it last session or not. So we were surveilling during the nighttime, right?
Correct.
You guys didn't see any lights.
Correct.
I think Cody mentioned that, or somebody mentioned this
specifically
that they probably had night vision.
Yes.
So we need to find
They
out.
either had night vision or
Or thermal.
wherever they were working, it was fully covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out how to make that approach just in the back of our minds if we're going to make an incursion non-detectable through that. So
Correct. I would say that would be the top of you guys. I mean, everybody here has military science in some degree or form. Like it wouldn't take that much to theorize that whatever is going on in there is clandestine. It's not. It's infrared. It's under the cover of darkness. It's whatever. You know what I mean? But it is an approach you will have to think about for sure.
Flashbang, go, go, go.
yeah, that would get us there, but they would know that we were there.
Yeah.
Grenades may be noticed.
Need to study this map a little longer before I can get my nade lines figured out. For those of you who
And
play
that's the
Counter-Strike,
thing. Like
that was a
the
great reference.
entire time we've been waiting and doing all this surveillance and ops, like I am positive that their numbers are growing.
Yeah.
Like every single day. Like those trucks coming in, they gotta be, God, that's gonna be like 100 people in that damn hole.
That seems like a logical concern to me.
Can we just call in an exterminatus and call it a day?
Got a little way. You got a few 10,000 years.
You know, we know the damn thing's vulnerable to light. And if he is underground, under the ruins of Nineveh, take away the ground in the middle of the day.
It's not a terrible idea. I think the big thing to realize is, especially after you guys Google it, I think you saw, the ruins of Nineveh are massive.
So we need
Yeah,
to,
so is a nuclear bomb.
Well, I mean, yeah. The U.S. would definitely have some splaining to do about why they nuked northern Iraq, but sure.
You know, we got some people not that far to the east who stole nuclear plans in the 60s that might be more conducive to dropping one.
You gotta figure out how to make it work.
Just get a hold of Assad.
I'm just saying, we could be home for dinner, you know?
It's either that route or we're going to have to buy a lot of mirrors.
Another thought I had. So we were talking about the shards, right?
Yes.
So we know that the elder sign from the Cowboys information doesn't protect us. So we can't use that as armor. But I'm thinking if these little shards are what's actually causing the damage and flaying people, like when this thing comes, surely we can protect ourselves from that somehow.
It's interesting.
That's kind of why I wanted Captain Dan to make an elder sign so that we could see what kind of reaction it might have.
It's going to suck if those things run from it and like they're inside of people. So then you just walk by and like hold an elder sign and all of a sudden the thing shoots out of the dude's back.
Well, he said it made a poor flak jacket. So my guess is that it does not protect you from.
Right.
Which means either it just goes around it or like it's some other function that we don't know about yet.
Right.
I don't know. But
if there is
physics wise, I mean,
if
there's
there
only
is
so much
some-
damage that they can do with those little shards.
Right. If there is some kind of a reaction, we kind of need to know what it is.
Yeah. But we need an experiment for that.
Yes.
Field tests.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that bit. How you gonna do that, Jeff?
I haven't decided yet.
You'll find out.
We need to make a slingshot.
Just hit him straight in the solar plexus with a stone covered in the elder sign. See what happens.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's throw it into Nineveh.
So what do we want to look into in order to give you guys progression in the story?
Rubini's looking at the information for potential casualties at the hospital for the
Makes sense.
Nineveh fight.
Spencer also wanted to look into, or maybe not Spencer, maybe Jeff, I don't remember. Somebody on this side of the table was talking about footage. Was there something specific we wanted to look into?
No, it seems like we've gotten all the information we can from that footage. So
Okay.
just regular intervals of shifts and yeah.
I think Mary was actually scoping out cellular signals for Rabini's team specifically, I think,
For the Mosul brigades.
for the Secret Service, his team.
Oh, okay.
Any communication that they had specifically for them.
Oh, not Rubini.
Al-Jabiri.
Al-Jabiri. Yeah, not Rabini.
In case anybody needs a reminder, we're a bunch of white dudes from the Midwest.
Yes, we will definitely remind you.
Do we have it on our radar or on our to-do list to try to find the Mosul brigades, or are we moving beyond that?
I think we're going to need to.
Yeah, I think so too.
If nothing else, if we make a move into Nineveh, like he said, we're going to draw attention. We need distractions.
Yeah.
We need something
Or be covert.
Huh?
I said or be covert, like undetectable.
Well, yeah, but I know how I roll.
Leroy Jenkins.
We also know how
I
Spencer.
know how I roll.
We also know how Spencer rolls stealth.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
To be fair, this half of the table over here with Spencer and Jeff, I have had the opportunity to shoot an RPG and to detonate a nuclear weapon.
All makes me think the nuclear option is the best option.
You know, I played an online game with Katie the other night.
Oh, did you really?
I did.
How did that go?
It was fun. And the climactic roll at the end, I rolled 100.
Of course you did.
Nice.
You're a fucking
Nice,
son of a
brother.
bitch.
All right, if it comes down to
That was your one for the year.
when it comes down to if you touch this thing, we can't let Jeff make the roll.
Guys, I've got an 80 in it. No, you can't make the roll.
Otherwise, we've spent all this time around this table for nothing. The funny part is,
Did you fuck it, Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love for her to move down here like she had talked about maybe that they would do, because I think she would be a great addition to the podcast.
I do too.
you know, the best part about all this is that eventually we're going to give Hastings enough information to figure out what this is, and she's going to nuke us while we're here.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff?
No comment.
the GoPro strapped to the nukes is just going to end with me like this.
Hastings right to sit down like
Somehow in the back of my mind, though, I know that it wouldn't do the job. I know that wouldn't work.
You think Rabini could just look up old plans of the city of Nineveh? I can't imagine that it's not been already mapped.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
That's archived probably in
and just to see
museums
what
and
kind of
everything.
like
Yeah.
tunnel systems and ruins would have been under the city.
Could be.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna put that as a tunnel.
You got Kazim. He could do that.
I mean, we know there's got to be stuff down there, though, because there is a hole. We saw it, right? We
Kazim
saw.
could be doing that.
Yeah.
He's the one.
Put me on it, boss.
Kazim can't talk for shit, can he? I think I remember us establishing the fact that none of the talkie characters are here to talk to Timur.
Yeah, no, he's got less than 50 bureaucracy. And not amazing human. Yeah. Persuades low, 20. Yeah, he's an egghead.
Okay, so mostly it sounds like today we're leaning on Rabini's investigation skills, right? Mm-hmm. That'll take
And Kasim's.
Okay, sorry, I missed the Kasim bit I was reading.
Kasim's going to be the one looking into structures in Nineveh, looking at tunnels.
Sure.
Any like archaeological record
Yeah,
of the city.
absolutely.
Sure, that wouldn't be super.
No,
difficult.
that's like fucking Googling Wikipedia. Like that's not
Okay.
that's not difficult. If you're looking for something specific, fine. But if he's
You guys still have a research person at
In Baghdad.
in Baghdad, yeah, that you have to kill.
yeah, right.
I was never a part of the group down there. I don't know why you're pointing at me.
I forget who was.
It was
there.
It was
Kasim,
Kasim,
and then I
yeah.
think Jessica went down this. Or
Mary.
Jennifer. Oh yeah, you're right.
Mary and
went
Jennifer
down.
were both there.
No, I mean who was going to kill her.
We just need to allocate her. Why diminish a resource if you
No,
don't
she's
need
still down there working on the fucking on the tablets in Baghdad.
She was filtering stuff to Hastings.
Yeah, that's right.
that's definitely helping Hastings research for sure.
Which is probably why we haven't learned anything useful from the tablets.
Okay, Rabini Sigint is a bajillion. Don't roll like shit, basically.
Does Kasim even need to roll for his? Or
We'll get there. Let's see where this goes.
It was 82 at 82.
It's a
Nice,
success.
nice.
hey,
So before you guys
I
left,
think that's his worst Sigint roll of the.
yeah.
I did give you a document that you do have, so I'm reminding you that you have it, about Operation Bone Box.
Oh,
where
right, yeah.
on the 30th of March, an intense firefight took place east of As-Sinaiya district. In the demolished ruins of Nineveh, police and military units were ordered out of the area by the head of Amn al-Dawla in Mosul, Ahmed al-Jabiri. You knew that. So that's point number one, just reminding you that you have that document. You would have found that easily. You have that, I think, in your notes. Rabini discovers, digging through intel, specifically sort of the type of stuff that like the NSA or the military pick up. There's a lot of discussion. Yes,
We've been pronouncing his name wrong the entire game.
I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
just
fine.
realized
We've already established him as Rabini. Nobody who hasn't read the book knows.
Was it Rabbani?
Well, it's definitely Rabani.
Rabbanini?
Rabani.
I think you said Rabini early on, and we just
Probably.
ran with
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Probably.
Just like how in every D&D party, you're like, yes, Abnid al-Ansar. It's like, Steve! And then you just call the character fucking Steve for the rest of the game.
Steve.
Rabini is our Steve. The NSA has intercepted communications regarding the Chechens and the attack on March 30th.
Okay.
I'm clueless on the significance of this. What? Somebody clue me in.
It's the first time I think that we've specified Chechens.
Yes.
No.
No.
Timur is Chechen. Chechens in relation to the attack on March 30th, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, so the whole point is like people coming in from all over.
Right.
But like, I don't think that we've discussed Chechens as a group. Maybe he's talked about him having a backstory
Yeah.
of being Chechen.
Correct.
But yeah.
There is chatter about Chechen units being involved in that fight or being involved with al-Dawla. It's hard to parse. but communications in and around those of Chechen interest are interested in the attack on March 30th. Were Chechen units involved? Were Chechens involved? Is that part of Al-Jabiri's makeup? You don't really know.
Wait a minute. Chechens were fighting with Al-Jabiri?
Well, he was saying like Timur, who's a part of that original group, was a Chechen.
The Chechens are definitely fighting some. I shouldn't say the Chechens as a group, but Chechens are siding with ISIL for sure. You know, Timur is Chechen. Now, this is the first time that you've heard about Chechens being involved potentially with ISIL as a group, I guess you could say, as an organization.
Right, but as far as ISIL like units, they're not one particular nationality, are they? They're mixed.
Correct.
So why would they have Chechen units involved in this?
It's a great question that I don't know you know how to answer with what you found. So
Yeah.
far. Spencer's Googling. Would you like to talk about what you're Googling, Spencer?
I'm just kind of looking at the connection between.
I don't believe Chechens were part of ISIS.
As Spencer turns his phone to show you Chechens were a part of ISIS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both hope and fear.
What I'm missing?
Yeah, so
What's going on?
That so ISIS returnees bring both hope and fear to Chechnya. I can't say words.
Chechnya.
Chechnya. Thank you. So yeah, there were a number of Chechen fighters that fought for ISIS.
Correct.
Did not know.
But again, you're getting the sense that this is on a grander scale, which you would have not have known before. Timur being a Chechen who just kind of signs up with ISIL,
Right, yeah.
sure. But this is like a Chechen unit
Yeah.
was involved on the March 30th attack.
So how would we be able to go about finding out about unit makeups like that?
It's a good question. What are your thoughts?
JSOC. Like the whole war that's going on, they would know where alliances lied.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thought. If you want to talk to your handler and get some insight, you have Irene, who you haven't totally burned yet, but you're working on it.
We were trying to make a deal with Irene.
It's amazing how not having a talkie person really fucks you, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
We don't have a single talkie.
No, I tried to talkie to her. It went downhill real quick.
Both of you. You tried to talk to her as Jennifer and Mary, didn't you?
Just Jennifer. I'm sure I pissed her off in multiple ways.
Because you obviously would have mercenary groups, people who think independently.
So are we supposed to take that as like this is a Chechenian like government sanctioned unit sent down to assist ISIL?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean,
I don't.
Or is this a gung-ho?
I think that.
Or is this a gung-ho
Yeah.
Islamic commander who's Chechenian who's like, I'm taking my boys and we're going to...
or like he just
that's-
said, a mercenary group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess that's another line of research for Rabini to look into.
You would know, obviously, that Chechens are in the... Like, you're right. It's a diverse group. I mean, fuck, there are Americans. There are,
Right.
Western Europeans. Like, there's all kinds of people streaming in to, out of the sheer dumb fuckery, fulfill ISIL's ranks, right?
Right.
But ideologically speaking, you're not that far away from probably extremist Chechens and ISIL. Like, there's some ideological overlap at a very large Venn diagram. So it's not out of the ordinary. But you're right. You haven't heard of sort of a Chechen unit or group per se. So the fact that there's chatter about looking into Chechens specifically related to this incident is new information.
The real question is, how the fuck did they get there? Well, I guess they would have probably Turkey or Iran. Yeah, because Chechnya is really that far away in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, Chechen freedom fighters could be bouncing around all sorts of different countries in this area for a long time if they're quote unquote fighting for the cause.
Could always add that to my NSA contact. Pick up the phone, figure out what the hell's going on.
You could, yeah,
Probably Rabini's next step.
sure.
Grady mentioned contacting our handler. I don't know what kind of information Gwen would be able to give us on that.
Just sort of, if you're hesitant to contact Irene for any number of reasons, you could also say, hey, what's the Chechen involvement here? Hey, what's the, you know what I mean? Like getting scope outside of what you currently have.
Now, wait a minute. So Delta Green is well established at this point, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's still a clandestine organization within.
Right, but they've been dealing with these gods for a while.
Probably not the current iteration. I mean, sure, the current iteration of Delta Green could be. I mean, we're definitely not to the scale of like the Cowboys were.
That's right. They split, didn't they?
Yeah. Now, there's a decent, I mean, what are we talking about? 15, 20 years?
The year is 2016. I feel like it was reorged like as part of the Patriot Act. So
like early, like 15
10,
years.
12, 15 years maybe. We'll say 8 to 10 years probably, because I have to pull up my book to see the history of Delta Green. But yes, theoretically.
Yes, what are you aiming for with that line?
It's been kicking around as part of a post-Patriot Act America.
To make it a legitimate organization.
Correct.
If they've dealt with the God of War before. Like, we haven't come out and asked that question and told them who we're dealing with yet.
That's true. It's just a question if you want to talk to your handler and ask that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who you want to talk to them. I mean, I don't see why you, like, your people, like talkie people, couldn't make a phone call from Mosul.
I mean, because the Cowboys obviously knew what they were dealing with.
And I mean, the program had an idea of what the Elder Sign was. They have access to magic and things like that, even if they won't acknowledge it.
And if he's been stopped some way before.
Exactly.
But the thing to keep in mind is obviously your characters have been introduced to the concept of the way the program handles it versus the way that the old guard handled it. The quote unquote hypergeometry is something that the Cowboys saw as a tool to use. The new program sees it as something to be eliminated and not to be trusted. So, I mean, like ideologically speaking, there's different ways in which they attack the situation.
They don't like the magic juju, but sometimes the magic juju is the only thing that works.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to get the program to come out and say that. Yeah. Program is going to be scorched earth. The Cowboys are going to be scorched earth, but they're also going to understand, I think, in a different way what they're doing. You got to remember, your handler had the amphora lid under lock and key. It took like 2 passwords to open it up, where you got the sense that, it
was treated like the nuclear football, not like, hey, let's teach the team how to do this.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to think about who you're contacting and what you're asking.
Fuck, our jobs fucking suck.
We all have sucky jobs, and then we get together to sit around a table and fucking play pretend of another more sucky job.
But at least this one's fun.
Depends on your perspective.
I think it's fun.
It's not when your teammates fucking dip out on you. Jeff.
I love that Schroeder's so mad.
No, he just took the character that can provide us the most information, and he's like, do.
Man, it's so good too. Our solo session I thought was a lot of fun. Yeah. And only part of it has been released so far.
All but about 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it was a good 5 minutes. Yeah, so there is that. There are costs there as well.
Well, if you're going to call, now's probably the time. If you're going to try and get anything out of that.
I'm not very hopeful after the conversation we just had.
Well, sometimes it's better not to call into home base and say everything's fine. We're all good here.
Sloan on the phone. Hey, Sloan, how would you tackle this?
Assuming you're assuming he's still alive.
He's been black holed somewhere at this point.
You do assume that he eventually will end up in a place that never sees the light of day anymore, because that's the way the program would handle it. With Sloan, it's a means to an end. With them, it is a dangerous contagion.
There's nothing about him that's safe.
Correct. And that's the thing that probably is most terrifying to your characters. He walked in and told them what was going on and threw himself on the pyre.
Which means we need to disappear after this is done.
Why do you think Hastings did what she did?
So I'm going to move it along unless you guys have anything else
Did you?
Moon. What's the phase of the moon?
I showed the full moon was May 22nd, which was 2 days ago.
I actually have it
Thought it
pulled
was
up
the
on my
opposite.
phone.
Thought it was the new moon.
Full moon.
We're at May 24th.
Correct.
We are almost to third quarter.
But the new moon is when
It's 5:22.
He's strongest.
strongest and most active. I want to make sure we have good eyes on Nineveh during the next new moon. Whenever that cycle hits, I want to see what activities.
The next new moon is June 4th.
Okay.
That's right, because we wanted to get into Mosul before the new moon. Yeah, we've been in Mosul for probably
Week? No.
a week.
I don't even know if it's been that long.
Yeah, maybe not. Things really slowed down day-wise when we had shit that we could do. You got to remind him that you were looking up information for Nineveh.
Shit, you guys can say we're going to let 2 weeks pass by and smoke hookah and go for it. I don't care.
No, we're done feeding you time, Cody. You know what you're doing?
Cowards. Next day?
Well, Kasim wants to look up historical records of Nineveh.
Anything that a Google search will give you, I think is fair game.
Okay.
Nineveh does have an underground network of tunnels.
It does.
It is, yeah, I would just Wikipedia it and see if there's anything that you find that you want to discuss and delve further. But yes,
Okay.
I think that's easy enough without a roll.
Can we cross-reference a general area based on what we saw?
Good thought.
Who is doing this? Kasim?
Yeah, let's do it. What would this fall under?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Merit
If you have
military-
suggestions, let me know.
Land science? Or
Library use.
Search.
History?
Yeah, well, you're cross-referencing topographical maps with
History and
actual
navigation.
visual intel. So
I need a nap.
I think it'd be a navigate skill.
I would take a navigate roll.
Fuck.
I
Could be
wouldn't.
archaeology too, though. That would be.
I would also take an archaeology roll.
I also wouldn't. What is he good
He's
at
like
again?
the most useless researcher of all time. Does he have a decent
is.
history?
It's about the only thing he has that's decent.
I
Well,
would
then-
take history with a penalty die.
It doesn't have to be Kasim. Bud, you're worthless.
That's not true. He's got all kinds of languages.
He does.
He also has.
So does
decent
everyone
other-
else.
He has decent. No, he's got a lot of.
Yeah,
I've
I
got
know.
6.
Mary's got to navigate at 50.
Captain Dan's got to navigate a 58.
There we go.
Should have a higher navigate in Mosul.
That's with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would take a navigate as well. That's okay. I don't think it's great, but I think I would take it. How'd you do, Jeff? Moving on to that next day.
Hey, multiple people can be looking at the same shit. We're looking at fucking maps.
You're looking at the wrong town.
This is Wichita.
It's upside down, Bud.
There are tunnels under Nineveh.
How are you in the wrong hemisphere? What the fuck?
The map is upside down. Oh, fuck me. Take some notes here. I thought about getting one
Take
of the...
that skill, Jeff.
Yeah, no shit. I thought about I don't know if anybody's used any of them. The tablets that you write on, what is it, Remarkable or something like that. Mm-hmm. I've thought about getting one of those recently.
You were telling us that earlier.
I know, but we never really followed up. I didn't know if anybody had any experience, so I thought
You want a digital tablet that looks like you're writing on it with a pencil for $300 that you could just use a $2 notebook and a pencil.
I think my problem
Get him,
is,
Daniel.
I'm so glad that you said what everybody was thinking.
my problem is that I put so many notes in different notebooks. Like half this game is in another notebook that I haven't found yet.
Yeah.
That's my problem, is I'm a disorganized schmuck. So if I put them all in one notebook, that would be helpful.
Fully
Don't-
disorganized. Doesn't organize anything.
That's not true.
Nothing he's ever owned is organized.
That's
I bet if you went out to his garage, it's not organized either.
I'm sure he knows where everything is.
That's true. But that doesn't count when you point over there. That's at least somewhat organized.
Everything has a place and a purpose, I'm sure.
But he has a point. I am kind of a disorganized schmuck, and I really need an organization tool. If I wrote everything in a single place, it would help.
You mean like the notes that you kept on your other tablet?
Yep, and they didn't stay.
Huh. You have a habit of things not staying where they're supposed to be.
Yep.
Like lots of audio files,
Yep.
notes on games, notebooks with notes.
Yep.
You know, sometimes you just can't fix.
You know, it sounds like
the
you need an
problem
AI
is with
agent that
something
listens
new.
to everything that you do and can provide information back to you.
You know, bring it on. I'm ready for Schroeder to run a campaign.
I know, right?
Motherfucker needs to start. Because I'm going to be real nice for like 3 sessions. Then I'm just going to insidiously ruin his goddamn day.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run games for my other friends and never run anything that you're allowed to be a part of. Just so you can't do it, to never give you the satisfaction.
It's rude. It's rude. It's not fair.
Feels good.
Whatever makes you happy and allows you to sleep at night. Who ended up searching and fucked it up?
Captain Dan.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You almost forgot to take the skill, didn't you?
I heard you remind me.
All right. Moving to the 25th then. Anything you folks want to do?
Rabini's going to try and dig in and get more intel on the Chechen units and
Okay.
chatter on the Chechens in Mosul.
Anything the team in Mosul wants to do?
Mary wants to listen for that activity on
Actually, before I do that, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
activity on Al-Jabiri's team. Specifically, I won't cut to the chase. I want to try to single out somebody that we can get a hold of.
Makes sense. I think that's fair.
I'm changing what I'm doing and circling back around because originally he was going to look at the hospital files.
Sure.
But now that also, like, I'm assuming I can figure out what Chechen names look like. I mean, I'm looking for Russian names in medical files now.
Sure.
Like, we're going to add that as a part of it. Specifically for the day of, you know, the 12 hours after the battle.
Sure.
For any medical or any people that run.
Find out why they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other suggestions? Going around the table. No? Okay. Who else with Rabini is in the trailer in Kirkuk?
Kasim.
So it's those two?
Yeah.
There's a knock on the trailer door.
Kind of working here because Kasim, you might want to get that.
Yep, got it. I open the door.
You see a man, mid-40s, smartly dressed.
Bad sign.
Yeah, distinctly not a military uniform, but on a military base. So I would agree that the impetus that this
Also
in,
not
in the
clothing-
middle of a desert.
Yeah, I was going to say, not the clothing you'd want in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, it would definitely be formal wear for sure. And who answered the door? Kasim?
Alertness roll?
Roll dodge.
You see,
Like we both went in the same direction.
fuck. Now you're going to be really worried if he smokes, which yes, he does smoke.
Hello, Mr. Jones. Yeah, he's searching for your death.
He extends a hand and in Arabic says, Mr. Al-Mala, I believe.
I extend my hand and shake it and nod politely.
Yes, it is a pleasure to have you in Iraq. I am looking for an associate of yours, and Mr. Al-Rabini. I believe he wishes to speak to someone I have in custody.
And I say, pardon me for a second, and I step and I give you a look. I give you a look. Albini.
For the audience, Spencer gave the widest eyes and highest eyebrows his face could allow.
I believe that's known as make sure you have your sidearm look.
And I my thought process is I don't want this person coming in, so I'd like you to come this way if possible, Albini.
Okay. Rubini will get up and walk over.
Mr. Rabini, he sticks out his hand. I believe you are looking to speak to one of the folks that I have in holding. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Colonel Usama Alwan, Iraqi intelligence.
Nice to meet you, Colonel. Yeah, it sounds like I would like to speak to the person you have in custody. I'm surprised you showed up in person.
It's important to keep tabs on anyone and any goings on in my country. I like to keep myself well informed.
Yeah, it seems that you definitely knew us pretty well before you even showed up here.
Yes, and like he's obviously looking past you without looking past you. He's like, yes, I'm surprised to see the room so empty. My understanding is that you have a team with you. Not that it matters to me. I just wanted to speak to whomever wished to interview my prisoner.
Yeah, most definitely. What can I do for you? Or even better, how soon can we speak with Timur?
Ah, yes, I believe I can arrange that. There's no problem there. Our two governments are, of course, working side by side in dealing with the situation we have, obviously, here in Mosul. I'm sure you were, of course, well aware. Your team, very connected to Mosul, shall we say?
How the hell did he even get in here?
Yeah, that's why we're here. Just trying to help.
Absolutely.
We can.
We're happy. I'm happy to, and he's like at this point sort of aggressively shaking your hand. I'm happy to support anyone who's assisting with the freedom of Iraq.
Of course.
Glad to have you along. Happy to allow you and Mr. Al-Mala speak with Tamir if you like. Just trying to get the basics, the paperwork, so to speak.
Sure. What can I do to assist?
Oh, just attempting to understand your motivation for speaking with a Chechen rebel who fled from Mosul.
Well, we actually have intel that he worked with the propagandists, Dabik, and that he specifically was actually a part of an incursion or an attack at a location where we ended up having intel that their head of counterintelligence actually showed up to at a later date, trying to get some understanding of not just the power structure, but a little bit more about Al-Jabiri and see if we can't find a way to locate him inside Mosul, start kind of taking the head off the snake, you know what I mean?
Sure. So your team has associated Timur with Amin al-Dalwa.
I'm kind of just the guy that runs satellites, but that's what I'm told.
Understandably so. Sure, I can arrange for a meeting if that's what you and your, and again he indicates the empty trailer behind you team could be helpful in your endeavors.
Starting to get a feeling there's a bit of a quid pro quo thing going on here.
Oh, I mean, what are one country's priceless artifacts to another but means to an end? No, I just very interested in what you and your team are doing. It's part of my job. It's part of protecting my country.
Yeah, it's also part of OPSEC to not really kind of tell you anybody in the country exactly where we're at a given time.
I understand.
You know how it is.
I understand the game.
Yeah.
I understand the use of hired mercenaries for individuals to pursue violent and monetary incursions into other countries. Of course, that is something that unfortunately Iraq has had to deal with for many years. So yes, I'm quite understanding of the situation.
You implying that my team is a group of mercenaries stealing from your country?
No, some people you associate with maybe, but no, not your team per se.
So we're gonna beat around the bush all day, or can I help you with something? Because I'm the one who controls the satellites.
Yes, I understand. I can get you access to Timur if that's what you like. I can get you access without observation if you really like. No oversight from the Iraqi intelligence service.
Okay.
My understanding is that you have, not only is your group relatively well financed based on what I understand, but you also are
your understanding is very wrong.
You've been throwing around money like you got it. That doesn't mean that he knows you're broke. My understanding is that you are well funded and potentially connected to the Kurds.
I've had conversations.
It would make it easier to set up this interview if there's anything useful that I could take back to my bosses.
Such as?
Whatever you know.
About what? Kind of have to ask a question for me to give you an answer. You know what I mean?
Sure. Are you aware of any Kurdish actions in the region?
I mean, I'm aware that they're in the region. I don't know any actions they've actually taken.
Any Kurdish action in Mosul, such as where the rest of your fellows may be?
I mean, I know they're in Mosul. I don't know the people that you're particularly just. Can you look at me? I'm the guy who sits in the trailer.
Right.
I don't know what you want me to give you.
I'd appreciate some information if you have it.
That, yes, there are Kurds in Iraq.
Thank you.
And they're working inside and outside of Mosul.
I appreciate that.
Their human intelligence is definitely phenomenal.
Yes, so I'm aware.
Yeah. And then I'll give them the guy who took us to meet the Kurds.
God. Everyone else in the party roll sand. Okay. Thank you for that. When would you like to speak with our mutual friend Tamir?
When are you going to wake him up?
He's awake. Okay. Would you like to go now?
Kasim nods.
Let's go kill off our other support characters.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
yeah,
gonna give him the courage. Just give him the.
You could have given them the Kurds. They could have fought back. That guy you just sent to the slaughterhouse is dead.
you all hop in a Humvee. Very nice vehicle, actually.
You guys might start putting together a list for questions I want to ask Tamir while we're on the ride.
Oh no, I'm assuming you're never heard from again.
Jeff assumes that in about 15 minutes, I say, "Hey, everybody except for Schroeder, go upstairs."
His phone rings, and then there's just the Pisces symbol from the zodiac sign.
You hop in the car and he begins to drive. I assume Kasim is going with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I triple lock the door. Turn around. I don't want you to see my code.
He gives zero fucks what your locked
well
trailer
aware.
looks like. You hop in a very nice car. Actually, he may be important enough that there's a driver. Yeah, I like that scene a little bit more. You have to sit in the back seat.
Little driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, you have to sit. The three of you have to sit in the back seat of an oversized 2-seater. As you begin to drive through Kirkuk.
All right, well, let's go fail some rolls.
How's your team enjoying Mosul? University's quite nice this time of year.
I would imagine they're enjoying Mosul just about as much as anybody involved in this conflict.
They seem to be doing quite well from themselves, as far as I can tell.
That's good news. They haven't talked to me in a while. Starting to get worried.
Good. Tamir is in one of our military holds. He's not considered exceptionally dangerous, but shouldn't take more than a bit to have you gentlemen speak with him.
Can we have the history of Tamir again, as we know it?
So he was the one-armed Chechen leader of the Dabit group that went in the prologue.
Yep.
As far as we're aware, besides Majid, the only survivor of the initial attack.
As far as you know, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if I remember correctly, checked himself out of the hospital and then fled Mosul and was picked up in a refugee group by
the Iraqis.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That is correct.
Was he the leader?
He was the de facto leader of that group.
I thought he was like the older guy, but there was the one real mouthy one that was the leader.
Well, when I say leader, think of him as the first sergeant. He's the sergeant of the group who he wasn't the mouthy dude who was in front of everybody, but he was the guy that everybody looked to.
Yep.
Kind of
Gotcha.
the experienced guy, since half of them weren't actually fighters.
He was the one that Rassam tried to charm or something.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
He was the big guy everybody looked to.
If you think about it, he would have been the oldest and only experienced individual, really, in terms of war and combat.
He was
wasn't
a
there
fighter
for
amongst
self-serving
kids.
terms. Yeah,
The war dog.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe you found out that motherfucker hates Americans because he lost his arm because of the Air Force. He's been in conflicts since the mid 90s.
Oh, I feel like there was something about Kosovo. But I could be wrong. I feel like that's weird.
He's been in a lot of shit. And he's in his 40s. This is his last ride compared to the jackasses who signed up for ISIL. He's actually seen war, whereas none of those dipshits probably had other than him. Any conversation you want to have with your new colonel friend moving along?
Ask him why they picked him up.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, what? That's a good question. What made you pick up Tamir? Because my understanding is he was picked up fleeing with other refugees.
Yes. It is standard practice to look for any insurgents that may be fleeing amongst the refugees for potential intel. Tamir obviously is. Our intel shows he's been fighting as early as since the mid 90s in the first Chechen War. We believe he's been involved in the Balkans, the Second Chechen War, Afghanistan, and even Syria. He's
He's a world traveler.
He is. He has a lot of information about a lot of groups. Some of it may be not important anymore, but to believe that he is just a victim of circumstance in this case would be, I think, very faulty.
It's part of the reason we wanted to talk to him.
Of course, yes. It makes sense with your unique investigation, I feel.
I'd double confirm that there will be no surveillance or recordings of any kind during the investigation or questioning of.
Yeah. You promised no supervision?
Of course, as long as you can promise that he doesn't need intensive care after your interview.
Have you looked at us? We're not exactly The brutish type.
You're looking at him. He's not a very big guy, but he's incredibly intimidating as well. Doesn't take a big guy to do a lot of damage.
I guess that's true. I'm pretty good with a drone.
He brought up the university.
I know. I'm going to ask him if he's in contact with the Mosul battalions. Just let me get there.
Okay.
As you go, he makes interesting anecdotes about things during Kirkuk. Yes, excellent place to have dinner there. If you gentlemen haven't, don't know how much you get off the base. I don't imagine much, but food there is terrible.
So then, what's so great about dinner there?
Well, at this point, you're off the base, and he's indicating,
I assumed he was pointing at that place and saying the food was terrible there, not that he was implying that the food was terrible on the base.
Yeah, the food's terrible on the base, but he's making random quips about places as you drive by.
American military base. It's mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, baby.
He seems highly knowledgeable about the area.
Yeah. So you mentioned the university. Are you guys in contact at all with battalions who are part of the resistance?
Sort of holds a hand up.
They wouldn't potentially need any assistance from my team that's in town, you think?
He shrugs noncommittally. I'm talking to you because I think that, at least for the moment, our goals are at least somewhat aligned.
Enemy of my enemy?
I believe that is the American phrase, yes.
Yeah, well.
You all right there, Jeff?
Yes.
I think that...
You want to pass along? What's so funny, sir?
I was rereading a book the other day.
Okay.
There was a good joke about enemy of my enemy. Just made me laugh.
Gotcha. Feel free to hop in here at any point in time.
I'm not talking to this motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
Spencer, don't talk to the police.
Freaking me the fuck out.
Fuck them pigs.
Really don't like him. And I'm also in the mind of Nasser, too. He's like, he's burning my friend. Fucking asshole. Because of my Kurdish friend. Because I'm Nasser and Kasim.
Oh.
You probably should take a sand roll for that.
Yeah.
Nasser doesn't know.
Nasser doesn't know, right?
Okay.
I'm still thinking about, like, okay, how can Nasser know and call him, and then we could save his ass.
Nasser doesn't know that Kasim and me are Kurdish friends every Sunday. How did your team plan to extract from ISIL? You don't have to tell me. I'm just curious if you've gotten that far.
We haven't.
Let me know if you come up with any good ideas. It could be mutually beneficial.
You have assets in there that you're trying to get out?
As Jeff says, through...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You and Jeff are role-playing the same character.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There are a number of individuals that, personally and professionally, that I'd love to see out of the war-torn city that is Mosul, of course. Iraq is a dangerous place.
No shit.
I just let him know that we have a lot of friends.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, we had a way to get in. I imagine we've got ways to get out. We just haven't put our mind or had a real conversation about it yet.
Well, how do you Americans say it? The proof is in the pudding. We can work together, I think.
I was like, you know that we're there, most definitely.
Correct. I just don't think you have a good way of getting out. If that changes, perhaps we can help each other.
Maybe.
Unless you have any pertinent dialogue, we will pull up to the next scene.
I mean, but what if, I don't know that I want to tell him that.
Honestly, the only way I thought about getting out was floating down the Tigris with the dead bodies.
Yeah. To be honest, I was like, when he said that, my first thought was coming down the river.
But you might want to come up with something more imaginative.
Yeah. We might have just burned our Kurdish way out.
Iraqi intelligence of the Kurds are not exactly friends.
Yeah, and I don't want to tell him that it was obviously the Kurds that got us in.
Yeah, we haven't. So,
yeah, we come up with a solid plan. We'll let you know.
Good.
Maybe this relationship can continue to be mutually beneficial.
I would appreciate that.
I'll do what I can.
The car pulls up to some sort of space, some sort of military organized base. There's a transfer of paperwork by the driver. You guys are whisked in without any paperwork or anything else. You step out of the car, move through several checkpoints. Colonel
I need to talk to you later.
Sort of waves.
Remind me, I need to talk to you later. Mary needs to talk to you later.
Okay.
The colonel sort of waves, and you move through checkpoints at a very brisk pace until you come to a door.
That ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, son.
Our title track, Mama Told Me Not to Come, composed by friend of the podcast Ian Shannon, with additional vocals by Lucas Patterson and Cody Grady. You can find more of Ian's work at sleepfortheweary.com. Like what you heard? Check out more episodes online at rancorsbrothel.com, YouTube, or anywhere you can download podcasts. Enjoy talking nerdy? Follow the podcast with other listeners on the Fans of the Rancor's Brothel Facebook page. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes. Much love, everybody.
It is, I don't want to see no more.